Alright fellas, here we're back with our Pokemon Masters video. We've got ourselves the new starter units with Florian, Juliana, and Nemona. I'm going to just put them all in one video. These characters are going to be built differently, I'm sure, but they're all going to kind of go together as like a team, a new free-to-play, like starting player team. I'm pretty sure that's going to be how they're going to kind of build these characters, just from the way it seemed. So let's take a look at it. I can already see you've got grassy terrain. Okay, so I'm a liar. That's fine. That is fine. I really like them, like, so they're gonna give us free stuff to like make them better. Okay, their stats are pretty big. I mean, she's support strike, so she's a supportive character. Defense, actually, no, yeah, her defenses are fine. They're not crazy, but they're fine. EX roll unlock doesn't really do too much for her, but she does nearly 300 attack, and if you want to give her level 180, you know, over 300 attack, okay, decent stats. Energy ball, potions, good for a free-to-play support. Grassy terrain, also good for a free-to-play support. That's nice. Grow big, 1 limit usage, hits all allies, raises allies its special attack and accuracy by 2, crit by 3, gradual healing to all allies. That's good as well. Okay, she's got good healing. Grassy terrain is healing for herself and any grass allies when going in it. You know how Carmine works, right? Gradual healing, another bit of tick healing, and then potions just straight up. I like it. I can't really complain about any of that. Not big on her, not buffing speed, but probably in the grid. I hope. She's got attack trap for trapping. Some multiplier activation, basic stuff, good for the legendary arenas where you're most likely going to be using this unit. Okay. Grassy terrain, team condition nullification, prevents all allies from being inflicted with status conditions, flinch, confusion, trapped when in grassy terrain. Nice, good. Just basic mitigation or nullification of those common conditions. And first day forward for some more healing. She's got a lot of healing. It's good for a free support. It's a good thing to have a lot of healing on a free support. They don't tend to be the most bulky, especially considering she has no bulk. Uh-oh. We'll see how that goes. Looking at the grid here at Juliana, let's see. Revenge Boost 4, Catalyst, Potion Master Healer, and NPR. Okay, so only one node of NPR. That's fine. Not a big deal. Energy Ball on a roll, that's good. I kind of expected her to have that, and I'm glad she does, as well as Energy Ball Gauge Refresh 9 and 3. I like the Energy Ball Gauge Refresh 9. That helps with the gauge. She doesn't have speed buffs. This is definitely a good second to have. Oh, please have bulk. Pokey Trap, Grassy Cushion, Turbo Turf, some damage reduction is nice, a little bit of gauge hastening. Pokey Trap, I guess, for some extra damage from being trapped. Sync move HP recovery, restores only hers though. She is gonna have, you're probably gonna sync with her though because of the support EX, so that's nice. First sync move, restore status move, MP1, nice. That's another set of grassy terrain, nice, okay. That's nice, you get 3 sets of grassy terrain. There we go. Well, it's only 1. Barricade Buddies 1. Satisfied Snicker. Shielded. NPR 3. Why? This is how she gets defensive buffs? Is that really how we built the unit? It's gotta be NPR reset hell in a legendary, and I would imagine. Okay, the thing with this character, she's got good healing. A lot of it, too. Her bulk stats are not that crazy. At least, I mean, you'll get, as a new player, you're going to be fine to run her at level 180 and probably do a lot of content. All right, she's not really got too much bulk behind her. I do like she's got NPR on the grassy terrain. That's nice. Well, NPR, well, using the sync move gives you MP back, right? Like, whatever. That's nice. NPR Master Healer on the potions is always nice. Catalyst for some gauge stuff is helpful alongside Turbo Turf. And the guaranteed gauge refresh on Energy Ball if you can pick it up. On a roll is a good buff for ally special attacking damage. Satisfied Snicker is now for some special attack move damage reduction, as well as the Barricade Buddies and the Shielded for general damage reduction stuff. Also, Grassy Cushion. It's definitely not crazy. It's definitely not awesome, amazing, whatever. Decent grass support. You know, if you throw her on a grass team, again, especially mostly as a new player, you will get some pretty good usage out of her and good mileage until you can get some better options. I imagine she'll carry you pretty far, 15 to 20 floors, probably without much struggle in the grass tower, depending on your other partners. Attack Trap's good for the tower. You could, again, I'm looking at her as a free unit that can get you through some relatively average to difficult content. I think she'll be fine. I don't think it'll be that crazy. I think she can do fine. Let's look at Florian and Fuecoco. They are a tech support. Okay. Let's see what he got. See what you got, Florian. Let's see, level 150. What's his stats looking like? EX roll unlocked, preferably. Not really great bulk, but decent enough, especially. Yeah. Okay, for a free-to-play character, especially as a non-tanking role type character. 512 special attack. I have a huge feeling he's going to be a nuker, though, and there's going to be no DPS option. 450 attack, 840 HP, 320 speed. Okay, and of course, level 180 for applicable. Let's see. Almost 600 special attack, almost 300 defenses, 930 HP. I mean, he's solid stats. Solid stats all around. Oh, he does have Heat Wave. Okay, so he can do special. He can do damage. Not that much, because it's Heat Wave, but still he can. He's also got Will-O-Wisp for guaranteed burn and Sunny Day. Fire it up for special attack by 4, crit by 3, sync countdown reduced by 1. Again, I'm kind of seeing the same thing as like Juliana. He's going to be a solid option to just chuck on a fire team for like buffs, like, you know, burn multipliers like a lot of fire types have, sunsetting like a lot of fire types want, obviously. Better than like, I don't know about better than damage challenge Tierno, but if nothing else, you don't have damage challenge Tierno, especially as a new player, it's going to be solid. Sync countdown reduction by 1. Neat. Good self-sufficiency too. Go viral. Okay, so he's got guaranteed AoE burn. Cool. Burned attack and special attack down. So he's got good debuffing with the attack and special defense. So this is good for damage enhancement, good for offensive physical damage reduction, and impervious for stat debuff immunity. Decent general tech. Again, I can see him being good for those first 15 to 20 floors of like the fire tower or something. You know, you chuck him in there, you can get this burn in on those status condition stages. You can buff your fire types with Sunny Day. Run him with someone like Silver and Ho-Oh. You can cook a good bit. You can literally, especially with attack and special defense down, that can be pretty helpful. It's a pretty helpful tech. Okay. And in the grid, initial pinch special boost is not great. Flame proof is fine-ish. Will-O-Wisp gauge refresh is okay. Catalyst, Solar Flare 9 is a big one. First sync move special boost 2. I don't think it's him getting much. He doesn't have that much special moves next, I'm gonna imagine. So Heat Wave is still not gonna do that much, but it's there. Burns Energy 3 is not bad. Heat Wave Trip Up 9, that is 3 separate debuffs he can do. AoE especially, that's good. Quick Cure. Witty Hit for buffing special attack, that can be fine, I suppose. Special attack up by 20, Natural Remedy. Sync power-ups. Also, what's his multiplier? Burn, good. First sync move restore status, same as Juliana, so he can get another set of Sunny Day, nice. Healing Sun, Speeding Sun. Sunscreen 1. Why 1? 20% damage reduction would not be crazy for him. Okay, well, sure. And then Pinpoint Entry 2, I guess, because Heat Wave accuracy stuff. Makes sense. Okay, again, Juliana's better because she's just a support, but this guy, you just chuck him on the side of a team. He's doing guaranteed burn AoE. He's setting Sun. He's doing 2 debuffs here, or 3 if you have Trip Up gridded. He can do some okay fire damage with Heat Wave. You can sync with him with his nuke and get support EX in on top of it for some extra damage for the team. Sure. Again, free character, can get some decent mileage and some early game content. Good for Champion Stadium, good for Legendary Arenas. Fine enough for those earlier floors of the Fire Tower. That's about where you're looking at this guy at, and he'll be fine there. You know, lower points, high score event, he can probably have some good, decent usage in. Those debuffs are nice. I like these characters like this that can do some good debuffs. It's good stuff. And his AoE burn, good gimmick check in the tower and some Legendary Arenas. Good to see. Okay. And then Nemona, who's the damage dealer. She's a strike tech. Let's see. We'll just have to see, right? I'm not expecting too much, but we'll see. I'm not liking that. Level 150 with the EX roll unlocked. She's got 383 special attack and attack, 229 both defenses, 873 HP or 837 HP, 324 speed. Not really crazy stats in any department. Over 400 in the offenses is fine. Decent HP, solid HP, decent defenses, 366 speed. Not really crazy stats. Pretty a good bit worse, I feel, than like Juliana's weren't great either, but she could definitely make up for it with all of her healing. I don't know if Nemona's going to make up for her lacking in special attack as a multiplier. It's not like bad, obviously, but you know, let's just take a look. Hydro Pump, I did see I already saw the. Oh my god, what? Okay, never mind. Maybe I'm blind. Okay, I think it has 5. I think that's 5 on Hydro Pump. That's like a near 200 power move. Extend range and hit the gas 5. All right, that's very simple power buff. And Flabbergast for guaranteed confusion. Okay. Hydro Pump is your damaging option. Hits all enemies because of extended range and has a 50% power buff basically because of hit the gas and guaranteed confusion. Again, also good for the tower. Those status changes stages. Move gauge boost. Charges gauge by 3. Rain Dance. I figured. I've got chills, raises special attack by 4, accuracy by 2, crit by 3, super effective next applied to the user. That's fine, yeah. I mean, that's a solid trainer move for a free character. Wow, they really give her that. Water is not a type that really needed too much help, even in the free-to-play department, but I mean, it's not bad to have it. Runner with May. I think May needs to get her buff sometime soon. You know, good. She's well, obviously Nemona can set rain herself, but May can be a good secondary ally to help do that. Obviously, there's some paid partners, and once you get other partners like damage challenge Barry, you can run him. Is there another option for water and from the damage challenge? I don't think so. But also there's like Gym Lana with Cloyster here, the Lucamine, who I would not really recommend using, just for talk about like free water options. Don't run this unit. Yeah, okay. I mean, she's a good striker. She's like a solid enough striker so far. Let's see. Fuzzy Strike 9. That's nice. That's very nice. Easy multiplier. Sync move buff tiles here, whatever. Hydro Pump Gauge Refresh 5, and also Gauge Refresh 2. Okay, some easy Gauge Refreshes on Hydro Pump potentially. Rejuvenate 6 for some Gauge back, Piercing Gaze, Quick Cure, Hit and Heal on the trainer move for some healing, Racing Rain, Rain Gear, Rain NPR basically, Refreshing Rain. Okay, yeah, that's why they ever hit the gas. They give her no multipliers on. Yeah, they give her no multipliers. Okay. We got a sync move multiplier. That is nice to have, given she's a striker. She's not going to be that crazy. She doesn't have any innate multipliers. She can run Weathered Warrior or Critical Strike, though, for sure, as a lucky skill and have some decent power buffs that way. I don't think she's that crazy. Definitely not, but easy AoE water damage, easy rain setting. Not really any crazy gimmick check. Again, though, I do think she'll be fine to get used to through some of those earlier stages. Again, Champion Stadium, Tower, Legendary Gauntlet, she can be pretty solid in some of those stages. Good Moltres and Entei counter for when those are up. Flabbergasted can be decent enough for UC-ish. I think isn't it Confusion that's a little bit iffy on UC because it runs out really quick? I'm pretty sure it's a little bit rough there, but you know, whatever. She's fine. All of them overall are fine. I don't think none of them are particularly crazy free-to-play units. They are literally just here for new players to get a kind of decent team together that can clear content. They don't really seem to have synergy. I figured they would kind of work together, but they kind of don't. They all are special attackers, I guess, and Florian can debuff the stats to power Nemona, but he wants to be in Sun to do his nuking and stuff, and she wants to be in Rain. You know, there's some conflict in their weather effects. Thankfully, Juliana doesn't have any real conflict because it's being a terrain. But that's kind of going to happen. I don't know. It's fine. It's not really a big deal that they did it the way that they did. You can still run these units together. I might make a fun little video doing them all for fun. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end the video there, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you all think about these free-to-play starter units down in the comments below. Remember, we can get their EX roll, and their sync orbs and all that for free. So do consider that, you know, you're going to be able to get these characters to max power pretty much for free, and you're not going to have to really invest any of your personal resources. Just consider that. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you later. I hope you all enjoyed. Peace.